let's go ahead and hit record, Austin. Let's get this party started. Has anybody gone in and done any checklist yet at all in Command for their opportunities?
Yes.
For
Yes?
the what?
Opportunities.
Opportunity. You know, I tried to open one in my phone, and for some reason I cannot open it. It's just like a...
It's easier if you use, for now, it's easier if you use Command on a laptop or a computer. They are working on replacing Kelly with Command Mobile, so that Command will be easier to use on your phone. But in the meantime, strictly use it maybe to check for someone or grab a phone number, but to do anything like major in it, go to your computer for it. It'll just make it so much easier for you guys.
Okay.
So, okay, so we're going to talk about opportunities and how to create checklists so that you can keep track of your transactions and know where everything is at. And going from the beginning of time to the end of time on a transaction, as you guys know, opportunity doesn't start the minute it goes pending. It starts the minute you know they're buying in 12 months or 18 months, somewhere in there. You choose your time frame that you want. So we have all the opportunity stages that the clients are in, and then there's phases within the stages, and then you can have checklists in every single one of those phases. So does anyone have any questions or concerns about it before we get started so that we can make sure we address them?
So Tanya, this is Alice. I don't know why it says admin on this computer, but
Yep.
So you're going to give us a way to set up templates so that we can pull that into each.
Yeah, we'll go in and we'll set up checklists. I'll show you how to do it, and then we're not going to do all of them today. I do have some sheets that I got from Command Online or from Connect, and it doesn't have every single phase, but it gives you a good start, and it's from other market centers, so you're going to take out some of the stuff that they have on there, but it gives you a good setup, and all you need to do is set it up once, and then anytime you move someone from one phase or stage to another one, it'll change the checklist, and I'll show you guys that today.
Hey, Alice.
Thank you.
Alice?
Yes?
It's Kirk. Hey, I started doing it, and it actually works pretty good. I just need to refine it a little bit so I know how to, if you have some questions after this, I can show you what I'm doing. And,
I tried.
Hopefully no one will have any questions after this, Kirk.
oh yeah.
That's my job. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen. Oh, we got a chat here. That was Austin. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen and get you guys onto my Command so that you can see what we're doing. There is a way to change this so I don't have to move us around. Is that it? No, I don't want that. Dang it. I don't want you guys, you're in my way, so I want to move that. Austin, do you know, I did it once, I got them up at the top of the screen. Do you know how to do that? He's hiding from me. Okay, so one of the things that once you have your opportunity checklist entered in and you're actually using them, right here on task, every day when you come in, task is your go-to. So everybody should be getting on first thing in the morning when you start your day. Your first thing you should do is get on tasks. Tasks, the first thing it's going to show you is your contact tasks. So those are like, if you set up smart plans, you might have tasks from that. If you set specific tasks to call somebody or, you know, whatever it is, you can schedule anything you want with a task. Those are going to be right here, and you should be working through all those. The next thing that you should be doing is switching this over to opportunity tasks, and now you've got tasks that have been created for the opportunities. So now I need to go take care of these, right? So do your lead gen is the first one, that's your contact one, and then your actual transaction business is going to be this one. Now some of this could fall into the pre-actual pending stuff, because we're going to have active and we're going to have cultivating and appointments. So it'll just be a matter of where it's at on the list. So I went in and I made some fake accounts and created some lists. I had wonderful Austin go enter a whole bunch of lists in for me. And I set a couple people up on some tasks that are due to that were due yesterday, because we checked it yesterday to make sure it worked. And so these are tasks. So it would be like right here, it says that I need to call to schedule, and then I can actually, you could do a couple things. If I want to work from this, I could work from this. The other great place to go is just go to tasks. And now you have your full screen of all your tasks. These are all the ones that are due today for contacts. Then I can pop over here to opportunities. This one's due today and this one is past due. And so now I can see exactly what I need to do. I can click on the opportunity, then I can go in.
So do you get in through my Keller Williams?
That My KW,
Uh-huh.
we're in command.
So command is a different thing that
Command, yeah, it's agent.kw.com.
Okay, there we go. So agent.kw.com.
.kw.com.
Very good.
So this brings, when you click on the opportunity, it actually brings you into the details of the opportunity. I can go back out to my transactions here, and that's why I had this minimized, so I could see the little line. Here we go, because it's all the way over here. So when I go to this, I'm going to move us again. See all the checklists right here? There's 0 of 7. That means I have 7 tasks that are to be done during this clear to close portion of the under contract stage. This is the stages, and these are the phases. You can fully customize these to whatever you want them to be, and then you can customize your checklist. So now here's what I have. I've set this one. So we're on clear to close. So the next thing that I want to do is discuss what happens at closing. Wait, let me move my mouse over it. There you go. And I'm going to tell them what they need to bring, right? And you can edit all of this. So I set it up as a date that was due today at 8 a.m. Then here's another one that this was just automatically put in from these wonderful checklists that I have for you guys. And then, so I can come in here and I can set a due date for that. Some of these things that we don't do, right? I just had Austin copy and paste everything in. So you would have yours, and when you complete it, you would just check the checklist, and now it says that I have 1 of 7 completed. I can close this, and obviously before you move them to the next phase, you're going to want all of your checklists completed, right? Otherwise you missed a step and things are not getting done on the transaction.
Tanya,
And then, yes.
this appears to be a canned checklist that you guys have ready for us. Can we make our own checklist?
You need to, I can't hear you, Alice. Can you lean in towards your speaker?
Okay, let me. So this appears that you're showing us a canned, pre-made checklist. Can we make our own?
Oh, we absolutely can. Yeah, I just found some checklists that were online.
Okay.
And just to kind of help us out a little bit, there's a buyer checklist and a listing checklist.
Okay.
And it's from another market center. I don't even know where it's from. Probably across the country. They have different things than we do. But just kind of like a guideline to kind of help you if you don't have a checklist. If you already have checklists, which I know you do, then you just come in and you create those checklists. So let's go show you guys how to do that, shall we?
Sure.
Let's go back to, I really, really want us out of the way. Here, how about if I
Tanya,
just,
are we the only ones that get to see these checklists, or do these checklists?
yes.
Okay, good.
Yep, it's just you.
Okay.
Or if you're on a team, then you'll see, everyone in the team can see it. And Alice, Are you
I
just,
I drug the photos down to the bottom and now they're past the bottom out of the way. If you go
oh
to,
yeah, but I like to see you guys when you talk too, so.
we can still see you. Yeah, we can.
Okay,
put it down to
so
the bottom.
when we're out here on the home page, let's talk about these. Cultivating is the minute that they're going to become a buyer or a listing in the next 12 months to 18 months. So there's obviously tasks that you're going to complete and you're going to do during that time frame, right? Like you're going to want to, if it's a listing, maybe at that point, you're going to want to send them market reports. You're going to want to send them a CMA. I mean, there's just different things that you can do, right, to get them to want to list with you. And then it goes to the appointment. Let's go ahead and go to the active. So now we're in active and there's the staging. And if you don't do staging, then maybe this is a phase or a stage that you get rid of, right? So to edit all these stages, we're going to come up here to the very top. You actually have to be within one of these columns at the top to be able to edit the phases. So here we go, and you can change the name of this. So if you don't do staging, maybe you just do pre-list, right? So I can come in and I can edit this and I can put pre-list. And then the probability. So this is for you to help understand where your business is coming from and your actual income that shows up on the opportunity page. You can change all of these. So if you know that once you have a property listed, so when it's in the active stage, you have a signed listing agreement with the seller, right? So now it's in there, and you know that once you get it listed, 90% of those close, then I would come in here and I would change this to 90%. Because I know once I'm at this stage, that property is most likely going to close. If you have a few that fall out, if you know your conversions, right, then maybe you need to adjust it to 75. So that's where the probability and potential income come from, is based on these. So, and then once it's showing, same thing. Showing means that it's now active in RMLS, right? Maybe I'll do that so that I know it's an RMLS. And again, I know that 90% of my properties, because once I have them sign the listing agreement, they're going to close. Same thing with negotiations. You're going to come in and you're going to edit that to what you want it to be. Negotiations would be that you have an offer in and now you're negotiating. And so then you have different things, checklists that you need to do for that. Everybody has legacy on here. You don't have to do anything with the legacy. You can actually just ignore the legacy. That was from when we had dot loop. Everything that was pulled in at that time went into legacy. And I don't know if we delete that, if we'll lose the ones that we had, okay? So just leave it and ignore it. Now, when you want to do a checklist, you guys probably have all of these that say 0/0. And that means you don't have any checklists in there yet. So all you do is click on the green link there for the numbers. And now you can come in and you can add checklist. So down at the bottom, it says add an item. And then you can add in which, it's very simple. You just put it in here. I'm going to, I don't even know if it's on here yet because I didn't read these. Schedule photographer. Right? And then I'm going to save it. And now I have a checklist item that I need to take care of while it's in this stage. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you just come in, and if you already have checklists, add an item, copy, paste, save. Add an item, copy, paste, save for each stage. So, and you can, like I said, I just told Austin to just go ahead and step by step, just copy and paste all of them. And just so we had some in here so I can show you guys. And I'm going to send these to each of you, and you can go through and you can mark off what you don't need or don't use it at all. So once you're done, then you hit save, and now I have 15 checklist items, okay? This is standard and normal, and this is where they stay. The checklist gets added as you drag people into each of the stages that they're in, or you change it within the contact or in the opportunity. The other thing that you can do is say maybe I have another stage that I want to add that's not here, then you just hit add stage, and now you have where you can enter in the name of it, the probability of it becoming an actual closing, and what position you want it to be in. So maybe I have something that goes in between the staging and the number 1 and number 2. I don't remember what number 2 was. And then I can add in any checklist at that point to it at the same time. Questions on that?
So this is creating basically your template.
Yes, yes, we're putting
We're not in
all the template in here, and then it's, no, not in an active. That'll be added automatically. And so let's say that you're in one and you have, let's go out here to one of them, under contract. And here we go. Okay, so now oops, I didn't want to do that. Go back. So here's one that I have, and I have, we're at the inspection phase and there's only one checklist item in here. And maybe on this specific one, we're in the inspection phase and now I want to add some more items just to this transaction. All I do is come in here and I add it right here, and it's only going to go on this transaction. So maybe I need to get bids, right, for septic. And then I'm going to save it. And now I have get bids for septic, and I can schedule due date. I want it done by tomorrow at 10:20 a.m. It automatically pulls in whatever time you're at currently. And so now I have a checklist item that I need to do specific to this transaction. So it doesn't go into your other one for everybody, because we can go in there now. So this is under contract and inspections. So let's go to edit stages, and we'll go to inspections and checklist items. See, there's no bid, right? Because I know everybody has transactions that need specific things, right? So then when we're in that, I'll go back to the listings. When I'm in this and I've set this date on here, now I can close this, and if I'm in my task and I want to look at what I have to do for tomorrow, let's go to opportunities, and I want to look at the next 7 days. What things do I need to get done in the next 7 days? Maybe I'm going on vacation or I'm going out of town for the weekend. I can come in here and I can pre-do my stuff, right? Or know what I need to hand off to somebody else. So here it is right here, get bids for septic. So the whole idea of Command is that tasks are your complete and total to-dos for your transactions and for your contacts, and everything is kept for you right here. So it's easy access. Some people prefer to go to opportunities and go through one at a time, you know, go into each. This tells you right here, I have none here, none here, none here, I have 2 here. And maybe I just want to go specifically straight to the 2, see where I'm at, and know that I can just come in and I can just click on these individually. I mean, it's all in how you want to do it. Or I can come to this one and I can click on that, right? People like Alice has 1,500 transactions going at one time. Tasks might be the best place to go, and she can just do one at a time, going through and check them off as she goes down the line, right?
Yeah, actually, I like it where I can see what's due today between all 30 files I got going. And so, but I think when I tried to do this earlier, I was in a transaction. So when I made the check, it was only for that transaction.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
If you don't mind, can you show us one more time from the beginning you got to that template?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So, one second. Can you show us one more time when we just opened up where you went to, but you were where the templates were, so on change or update templates.
Oh, okay. So when you come into command to update templates, to actually create templates and update them in general, not per transaction, you're just going to come down to opportunities.
Okay.
Ta-da. And then you're going to go into whichever one you want to edit and work on. So
Okay.
maybe I need to come work on my active buyers. So I'm going to click on active, and now I can edit the stages. Now, once I'm here, I can go to each of these stages and I can edit them from here. But you need to come into one of them to be able to access this edit stages up here at the top. And then once you do that, now I can come in and I can edit the checklist within each of these stages. I can change the names, I can change the probability based on what you know your conversion rates are. And then, like I said, when it goes to, when you change those probability percentages, that's what's going to change these numbers right here. So your potential income is total commission from all of your listing opportunities, and then the probable income is based on the probability to close, right? So if it's over 50%, you're going to see it in the probable income. And then I think it's 50%, but it doesn't quite tell us that. And then that also shows you down here in everything that you have here. And then your closings that you're having this month will show here. The other thing that some people get confused with is, I already had 5 closings and they're not here anymore. This only shows you what's current for the month. These change once Heather does transmittal, and transmittal is done on the 3rd day of the new month. Okay, so we could be like August 2nd and you're still showing July closings, but as soon as she does transmittal, everything's pushed through and now it's going to be 0. And if you want to find any of your past closings, come over here to all opportunities. And you're not going to see all the things up here at the top. That's only because I'm leadership, okay? You come to all opportunities, you're going to click on your filters. You have to choose your market center. And then I would do my listing and my buyer, and then I would come to closed. And then I would come all the way down here and put the close date and go, I want to know what I did this year, right? And then hit apply. And now it's going to show me all my closings that I had for this year so far. So if you're wanting to go back and track and go look at an opportunity you did and can't remember the name or the address or one of the things, then that's how you would find them all. Okay. Any other questions? Oh, you're on mute. See why I like to see you guys?
Yes, I think that I'm going to just play around with it and more questions will come.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then the other thing is when you do have questions, when I'm like on this section, I'm on opportunities, I can come up here to the question mark and I can go to the university, and then I can come here and I can go, okay, I need help with opportunities. So I can come here to opportunities, and these are going to be all of the different things that they have regarding opportunities, right? So how do I create an opportunity? How do I create an offer? And it goes down and down. See, there's just tons of them. The other thing that you can do, which I always highly recommend for step-by-step for new people, is you go to answers.kw.com. You should bookmark this sucker. And then come right here to command support. And now this is everything to do with command. So it's based out by sections. So I want to come down to opportunities, and I'm going to click on see all 40 articles. And now I have a list of everything in opportunities on what to do. So let's go back to, let's see, where is checklist, edit checklist or manage checklists and opportunities. You click on that and then look, it has step-by-step with pictures on what you need to do to be able to do what I just showed you, right? Simple, easy, easy help.
So it
And
is answers.kw.com.
.kw. Yep, fabulous place for help. Everybody also has scottloraymarketing.com. And you have command support here. Command support is to be like, you've looked, you can't find it, and now you need their help, okay? You also have, like I said, you also have Scott Loray Marketing support at scottloraymarketing.com to help with tech. I'm available intermittently. I'm usually in coaching. So Austin's training on how to do this, and Chantel is learning how to do everything inside of it, and Melanie is learning how to do all of it as well. So we're hoping to beef that up a little bit, but we have all those other things. And then the last thing I want to say is that for the next 2 weeks, there will be no command classes. I'm going on vacation, and so there's no Tanya either.
Good for you. Good for you.
And I'm going to be underwater, so there'll be no service. Nancy, I was going to tell you that at 11 o'clock, but
Don't call, I'm out, right?
don't call, don't text. I am not going to answer. And if you do, you're going to get a picture of me on a beach.
Yeah,
So
that will be great. I will be so envy.
yeah, I'm not checking email either.
Tanya,
So does anybody have any questions?
Tanya, it's Alex again.
Yep.
So under listing, I don't really use cultivate or appointment, but what I'd like is one of those sections to say a rejected sale or a terminated sale, because I don't know, I need to get them out of under contract when they terminate or they're rejected, and keep them somewhere else. They may come back later, because a lot of times in commercial, we offer multiple times on a property. And I also need one for withdrawn or canceled listings, because again, they come back later.
Okay. So on that regard, then what you would do if you're not using the cultivating and the appointments at all, maybe you change them to those. And then all you would do is you would just click on one of them just to come in here so you can edit. We're going to go ahead and edit the cultivate. And oops, I think, hold on.
The names of it.
There,
Okay.
yeah, no, there is a way to change that.
Is that Maria? I cannot see in my phone.
Let me see, hold on. I know there's a way to change those. Maybe they took it away. No, that's the stages. These are the phases. Okay, let's go back.
Was
Here.
that Maria Duncan? I cannot see.
Settings, I'm gonna go to opportunity settings and design template, maybe? No. Opportunity archive, no, it's not there. All right, let's go back. That one I might have to figure out. It used to be where you could change those. It would be right where we were inside them.
So for a short-term fix,
I would just create a new one. So edit the stages. Well, no, that's edit the stages. Ooh, they might have blocked that completely so that you can't.
I mean, we got to get these things, they're not under contract anymore, they terminated, and you got to get them out of there. So I was changing them to cultivate, and then
Take them back to that. Mm-hmm.
I could go into cultivate and make my sections there, whatever you call those.
Right, the stages within the these are, I think, these are the phases, and these are the stages.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was called, so I didn't know how to what I was looking for.
Yeah, it used to be that you could just edit it, but it's gone. That might be just a support thing that only they can do it now. Let me
Okay.
bring this up here a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't mind if I have to call it cultivate and I can put my categories there so that I know which ones are terminated or rejected, which ones are canceled listing.
Right.
That makes sense, but I just needed to get them out of, they're no longer under, they're not active, they're not under contract, and I didn't like them sitting there because it was confusing.
Well, and here's the thing, this is your opportunity, right? And if they were under contract, technically what you need to do is, if it's terminated, you need to come in, you need to upload your documents and send them off to Chantel, right? And send it as terminated. Once Chantel approves those documents that it's a terminated transaction, you're actually going to come over here and you're going to mark it as a lost opportunity, and then that puts it into archive.
But you see,
Because
when I'm losing a listing, it's going to come back later sometimes.
that's fine, but that buyer is not, and all of those documents pertain to that specific buyer. So once it's pending and it goes terminated, it needs to become a lost opportunity, and then you've got to go create a new opportunity for that listing so that it starts as a listing, and then you add a new buyer to it. That's how you're supposed to use opportunities for transactions, because the opportunity is the listing, and the buyer isn't our buyer, right? Or if it is our buyer, then that's a whole nother opportunity. So now you have two opportunities. You have one under the listing person and the seller, and then you have one under the buyer, because the opportunities are connected to the contacts, not the property.
Right.
Okay.
If I terminate on a listing, then the next time I get the next offer, I just create the new. Chantel showed me how I do that. I create a new buyer on that same listing, so I don't have to keep re-inputting the listing every time.
Okay, well, and that's not how it's supposed to be ran, but if Chantel's okayed that with you, then, because I know yours are different with commercial than it is for residential, but
Mark it as a lost opportunity, and I got to go back in and upload my listing all over again.
yes, you do. But that's only when it's a transaction, because it's tied the two together. And when you get to documents, when you're uploading the documents, you have everything here that's specific for that transaction, or just that transaction with that seller and that buyer.
But Tanya, I think what Alice is saying is, like, when I have a listing and I have a transaction that fails, it goes as a transaction, but that listing still stays active, and then I just add another buyer to that. I don't create another opportunity per se. I create another buyer to that listing.
And if Chantel's fine with that, it's only because of how they have all of the documents, right? This is all your listing documents and your pending contracts. But if you've already added in the files to these, if she has a way for you to be able to still upload, I know there was issues at one time, but again, this is Chantel's realm, not my realm.
Because what you do is, under contract, it's like the first one, because I've done this on a couple, is that on the first one it'll say under contract, and then you drop down to the second one, and the opportunity is the address of the property.
Mm-hmm.
And then you drop down and you create a new
version.
I know how to do it, but the first one will be under contract. That's your first offer you get. The next one will be Smith to Jones.
So you're creating a new folder for it?
Smith to Olson.
Yeah, it's a new folder.
And it's for when there's multiple offers on a property.
Right. You have a folder for each one.
Right. You leave that in the same address, but you create different files underneath that address.
And if Chantel's got that done with you guys, that's perfect.
Okay.
That's not how we were trained
Okay.
to do it. So, yeah.
Later on, after this first came out, this feature was added probably Kirk, in the last 3 months or 4 months?
Oh, and I haven't even been in it.
Yeah, so it's a new feature that you may not.
Good. They might have complained enough.
Well, Chantel was having to re-look at all these listings that were already previously approved.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, on a buyer end, you are absolutely going to do a lost opportunity because they're not buying that property. Because again, the opportunity is supposed to be that property address. That's the opportunity, not the buyer. The buyer is always an opportunity. You're going to create it as them being a buyer with their name first until you find a property for them. When you find the property, then you're going to change the name of the opportunity to the address that they're buying. And if it falls apart and gets terminated, you're going to send in the termination documents to Chantel, and then once she approves it, you're going to lost opportunity that sector, create a new opportunity for your buyer, because now they're looking again, right?
Right.
So, okay.
I do have buyers that actually make offers every 2 or 3 months on the same address because they're bound and determined to get it one day.
But it's still a new opportunity because it's a new offer, right?
Well, but see, I can just pull down under contract and say this is a new offer on XYZ date, so that they don't have to create the whole opportunity again. That's where that document under contract allows you to make different versions.
Yeah, if it's the same property again. Yeah, and again, if Chantel and Mike are okay with it, because they're the ones, it's all about compliance, you guys. And if our compliance officers, Mike and Chantel, are okay with you guys doing that, then it's fine. It's not my place to say whether or not that is how they want it done. So if there's any questions about opportunities and how your documents are done, we need to go to Chantel and Mike to make sure that it's in compliance, in the proper compliance in the way, because if we get audited, we need to make sure we have the correct paper trail and how things were handled the right way, right?
Correct.
All right, any other questions about opportunities? No? We're good? That wasn't bad. 39 minutes?
So a question, like, it is not from this, but so we have agentkw.com for command, subcommand, and all that.
Yep.
Then we have Keller Williams and My Keller Williams, right?
You have, okay, so you have, for agent access, you have mykw.kw.com. That's the old version of like this. It's where all of the white pages and everything is. I don't know how long that's going to be there. But this is the new, so agent.kw.com is the new access where you work on your profile and you access all of your transactions and everything. And then you have your consumer app that you download onto your phone. But remember, that's not an agent app, it's a consumer app. So if you're gonna create a contact for it, you're gonna wanna make a fake account for you, so you can see how a consumer actually would see it. And it's not you actually sending stuff as an agent from it, okay?
Okay. So basically, I should not even pay attention to My Keller Williams, right? I just should focus in my agentkw.com.
You really wanna be in agent.kw.com, yep.
Okay, so I was working in My KW. Okay, good.
Yes, everything you need is in here.
Good. So is this the same system that the commercial side uses?
Everybody uses this.
Okay,
Singles use it, solo agents use it, commercial uses it.
wonderful.
Yep. Yeah.
So
All right, everybody.
Tanya, it's Alice again. Sorry.
Yep.
I'm trying to recreate what you told me and how to. I'm sorry, but I'm not recreating how to make my template. I hit opportunity, and then I go and I want to make my template under contract. So then I hit under contract.
Under contract. Yep. And then on the top right, it says edit stages.
Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Edit stages. And it doesn't have anything in there because that's where I have to add my stages.
Exactly. Yep.
Edit. I forgot that stage. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, everybody.
Can you
Yeah.
print a checklist?
Can I what?
Can you print a checklist?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's go back, shall we?
Hey, Tanya, do you have sample items that we should be putting in those different stages?
You mean these?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have a couple different ones, so I'll email everybody a copy of those that came to my class. If you're not in the class, you watch this later, please let Austin know and we can get a copy of them off to you. Okay, so printing the checklist. I wonder if you could do it from tasks, because they're all going to show up here, right? Opportunities today, past due. Okay, let's do that. Oh, look, you can snooze it. I don't want to do that today. I don't see anything that says print. Do you?
Okay.
I think that I think that Chantal gave me a copy of like a checklist. She might have it somewhere else.
Yeah, she might. Yeah, I just went and found these. So if Chantel's given you one, then, you know, I could still send you this and you can compare and add, and because you might not know what to put on it, right?
Yeah.
Right. But Nancy, as far as printing, I know I'm like you, I'm a paper person, right? I want to have it all written down, but I think you know, this is gearing you towards just doing it virtually.
Okay.
Versus, yeah, we're all paperless. Stop killing those trees.
Yeah.
So,
Copy and pasting into an email.
to someone else,
Yeah.
like the agent, you might be helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it doesn't show the whole thing. I don't know. Oh, look at that. We could do that, and you could do a snippet. What if we did do a copy? Hold on.
Is there anything sharing?
Copy. Well, she helps agents that are at different market centers and different things, so she wouldn't be able to share it within, but if you're on a team, you could. Everybody would see. And then let's just go to, it's not my KWPP email. Gmail. Compose. Come on. I'm too fast for my computer. Watch 2 will open up now. Today. Oh my gosh, there we go. Okay, and then paste. See how it looks. How's that?
Oh, good. Okay. Thank you.
Will that work?
Yes. Thank you.
We can look at how it, there you go. Look at that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course. It's all about trying to figure out things. And I do this every day with the agents and coaching. How do we do this? I don't know. Let's figure it out. All right. That's it. That's all I got. Austin, you can stop recording.